Goodbye, Walmart. It's been real. Walmart fires, Walmart evacuations, and although Walmart was just open on Juneteenth, they will be closed tomorrow. Walmart is making big changes for shoppers that are shocking to hear and read about. Now let's talk about it. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. I have Preparing for Survival here with me again, and I'm gonna apologize ahead of time for the air conditioner. If you guys can hear it, if it's too loud, sorry. It's like, it says it's 95 degrees in here, and we're just trying to cool it off, but it's a crazy hot day today. We were gonna actually record outside, but it's just too hot. Which,
I wasn't willing.
Yeah.
That's what he means, is I wasn't willing.
Yeah, we weren't willing. And you know, if you watched my last video, you noticed that I reported that the U.S. is expected to have record heat waves over the next few weeks. So, understandable. But hey, thanks everybody for subscribing to the channel, liking the videos, commenting, sharing, and actually engaging. I posted a community post today. I want you guys to check it out, of some really strange activity going on at a Sam's Club that I think you guys should be aware of. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and just get right into this video with Walmart is making big changes for shoppers that are shocking to hear and read about. So I don't know if you guys have heard or read about the new changes coming to Walmart, but I'm going to bring it to you now. The Walmart CEO, Doug McMillon, said the retailer has moved aggressively to address inflation after disappointing Wall Street in the first fiscal quarter of 2022. Walmart is going to closely monitor the spending patterns of its most value-conscious consumers and begin talking to suppliers about how they can absorb or cut back on costs. So, twofold here. One, Walmart's losing money. They're not making the money that they expected. Obviously, we've all experienced inflation. Even they have too, as far as their costs go. And you can chime in at any time here. Two, you can chime in at any time but now.
After number two.
But two, they're going to monitor the spending patterns of its most value-conscious customers. And this is what we were talking about on the video earlier today with the artificial intelligence and the phones listening and things like that. Businesses have always been listening because they have to understand who their target market is, who their customers are, know your audience. This isn't anything new, but I do think that today with the technology that is available, they're going to be monitoring you a little bit differently, maybe a little bit more closely, a little bit more intimately, in some ways that you don't even know that they're monitoring you when they are.
So I was going to say, when you said that Wall Street, basically they were sad because Walmart didn't do that well, my first thought is, well, that sucks for us, because it's not us that they were worried about. They were worried about Wall Street. They were worried about the people who pump money into them. So what that means is, although they're going to pay attention to the value conscious consumers, what I hear is whatever things we are buying the most of, those are the things that prices are going to start going up on.
Yeah, Walmart is concerned with profitability, not us saving money.
Exactly.
So don't get that twisted.
Yeah.
So they're going to begin talking to suppliers about how they can absorb or cut back on costs.
But they're not gonna relay that absorption or cut back to you guys. That's what I'm trying to say.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
And I want you to understand that the article that I read that brought this information up says that Walmart is going to begin talking to suppliers about how they can absorb or cut back on costs.
Mm-hmm.
So,
keyword.
Depending on how you read it, Walmart wants the suppliers to absorb the costs.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's twofold here. And maybe Walmart themselves want to find ways to absorb costs, but they can't really, and that makes sense with them increasing profitability, unless they can absorb costs and increase the revenue volume, thus increasing profits. But with limited supply, I don't really see how that's happening. So I believe in this instance, when they say suppliers absorb, they're talking about their costs when they buy, so that their sale price can stay high, their buy price can get lower, and they can increase their profits, not a savings passed on to you and I. McMillan says, we have been working really hard on costs top to bottom. taking action to get our costs down so that the second quarter looks better than the last quarter. It has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with U.S. It has nothing to do with trying to get things back on track. It has nothing to do with post-pandemic recovery.
It has all to do with their profits and what their bank accounts look like.
And Wall Street. And so what does this mean exactly? It just means that Walmart is out for Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses are out for businesses, and it is getting a little bit cutthroat out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys have actually noticed this, but YouTube is a business for some, and I think that it's getting a little cutthroat on YouTube also. But we'll have to talk about that in another video. But I've been seeing a lot here lately of some businesses attacking other businesses for market share, basically. Mm-hmm. Earlier this year in April and May, Walmart closed a number of stores across the country. It is no secret that the past 2 years have forced retailers like Walmart to consider their business models, or reconsider their business models for that point. As more shoppers head online, many businesses like Walmart are choosing to shrink their number of physical storefronts. Please comment below if you previously used to shop at a Walmart that has since closed.
I was gonna say, they want you to shop online more, which I think is also why there are less employees and more self-checkout, because if when you go to a store, you get frustrated at the lack of help or lack of employees, or you get frustrated at the long lines, or you get frustrated at the fact that you have to go in there and do everything for yourself, it will, in theory, push you to go, you know what, I'm not driving there today, I'm just going to jump online, I'll have it delivered to me, whatever, I don't want to deal with that headache. And that could be their whole point. It's not like, oh, we don't want to hire more people, we just don't want more people in our store. So the easiest way to do that is to make it uncomfortable or inconvenient for you to actually come into the store.
Well, it could actually be a form of conditioning. Mm-hmm. And we've actually experienced this ourselves before. You actually did a video where you used the Walmart app in the store. Mm-hmm. And there were times during that shopping experience where if there wasn't an item, I think there was even a sign posted, if there wasn't an item, just order it online.
You just order it online.
So this could be a form of conditioning of purposely making you want to not shop in the store, and you decide yourself, hey, I'm going to start shopping online.
Well, you got to look at all the perks that they have now. So order online, get $25 off your first order. Well, how come if I come into the store for my first time, I can't get $25 off in the store? How come if you buy online and pay online, you save 5% if you use the store card? Well, how come I can't save 5% if I use the store card in the store? Like, there's a lot more perks right now to order online than there are to physically go into a store and make a purchase.
Now, Walmart isn't the only large retail corporation making these changes. In March, fashion retailer H&M announced that would be permanently closing 240 stores by the end of this year.
I'm glad she has headphones in and can't hear it. That's her favorite place.
In April, drugstore chain Rite Aid announced that it would be shuttering 145 locations before 2023.
There's still Rite Aid?
In the north. I know it's Rite Aid up north.
Because Eckerd's and Rite Aid closed down in the south like
oh yeah,
ago.
Rite Aid did not make it.
And then they
long.
all became Dollar Trees and Pop Shelves and stuff like that.
Walgreens and CVS are still around.
Those are the only ones.
And the world's largest retailer, Walmart, announced a cluster of store closings starting with Kentucky, Ohio, Washington, and Connecticut. If you guys, like I said, if you guys have previously shopped at a Walmart and it is since closed, please comment. Let us know where that location was. I would personally expect to see more Walmart stores closing in other states too, around the country in the coming months, just based on what we're seeing, what we're hearing, first quarter losses, supply issues, and them pushing for a more online shopping experience.
So with that comes the fact that I made a video inside Walmart a couple days ago, and I noticed that there were 10 bajillion packs of cheese, and I was like, why is there so much cheese? And somebody commented, there could have been a Walmart closing close to that one, and their stuff got shipped over there. So when you guys are out at Walmarts and you are seeing areas that are like overflowing, whether it's cheese or toothpaste or pillows or something random like that, it may be because a Walmart store has closed down and they have to disperse that stuff somewhere if they're not going to send it back to their warehouse, which is what I would expect. If they're going to send it out to other Walmarts, that may be why some Walmarts are overly stocked in some areas and some Walmarts aren't.
Yeah, and it definitely wasn't Mount Pleasant Walmart.
It definitely
being
wasn't Mount Pleasant
overstocked
Walmart, no.
with chicken. That
No.
wasn't the case.
That was not the case.
But business models change, or business model changes introduced by Walmart are going to have long-lasting effects on our overall economy. Now, I watched a video from an owner-operator who used to haul loads for Walmart tell his story about how they are cutting back on pay and causing truck drivers to quit or take less money for their deliveries, and basically put them in the red to lose money each day driving for Walmart. The rise in diesel prices have really hurt our economy, and with this new wave of store closures, we're going to see more and more folks losing jobs within the supply chain. Not just if you work for Walmart, there are links in the chain that, you know, if whichever part of the chain you're in, either link on either side could spell doom for you.
Mm-hmm.
Here's actually, I'm gonna put a clip up from that video so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Matt, back again with another video. Listen, I'm making this video to let you guys know this is I have 3 more weeks left with Walmart. I was on a dedicated account with Walmart, running it through Martin, and Walmart decided not to pay the owner operators anymore, and they want to kick all of us out unless you want to work for lesser money.
I will link this video in the description if you want to watch it. His drive and determination is truly inspiring. I can tell he is heartbroken while sharing this information for pretty much not just for him, but for all of us. And most importantly, for his fellow truck drivers, which is really admirable. But he pushes on and doesn't let it crush him, at least not in this video. He's going to survive, and me personally, I'm going to be rooting for him. He's got heart. But what about you? Is your job safe? How will companies like Walmart closing its stores across America affect you, your pay, your ability to buy groceries and food for your families?
You got to think about how many small businesses get their start inside of Walmart. You know, little mom and pop things who make maybe koozies, or they're making some sort of clothing line, and they get their start in an end cap in Walmart. Well, if those end caps are gone, is also the ability for these mom and pops to have a startup space.
Yeah, a lot of Shark Tank entrepreneurs who get picked up. I mean, Walmart was a huge target for them. But get this. Just announced one of the U.S.'s top aluminum manufacturing plants has made massive cutbacks to its workforce.
This is, okay, my video isn't up yet, but I literally just recorded at Costco, and I had a lot to say about aluminum, so that's, okay.
Well, this is putting a halt
Okay.
to all operations for at least 9 months
Explains.
as a result of unprecedented rise, or they've seen an unprecedented rise in global energy prices. Century Aluminum in Kentucky announced they will be laying off 628 employees starting August 5th. And according to Newsweek, mass layoffs are happening nationwide as fears of an economic downturn continue to escalate. Here's what Century wrote in a letter to employees. Unfortunately, an unprecedented rise in global energy prices arising from the Russia war in Ukraine has dramatically increased the price of energy in the U.S. and around the globe. The cost required to run our Hawesville, Kentucky facility has more than tripled the historic average in a very short period. Given these circumstances, it is necessary to fully curtail operations for a period of approximately 9 to 12 months at Hawesville until energy prices return to more normalized levels.
Now think about it. How many other places are going to do the exact same thing? So you're going to have, this is how you get those ghost towns, like in Detroit, when everything had to stop for the car manufacturing.
Maybe. Hear me out, hang on.
Okay.
Century stated that the company expects the layoffs to be temporary, but the company expects that the layoffs will be for 9 to 12 months. Century Aluminum needs energy costs, or thinks energy costs will return to a level that makes economical sense before it can resume operation in employment, or they needed to return. Century is one of the largest aluminum producers, and you know, what does this mean? Yes, we could see ghost towns, because 628 employees losing their jobs, that could be detrimental. It depends on what else is in that town. If that was all that the town had, it could really tear it down. But outside of that town, let's think about shortages. Let's think about increased demand and capacity for other aluminum manufacturers.
We just got cat food back.
Right now, so here's what you got to think about. If we're in this situation now because there's limited supply and huge demand, inflation occurs, regardless of the Fed, regardless of rates, regardless of anything else, regardless of income, everything. Because there's limited supply, high demand, the price goes up. Corporations are going to get greedy. They got to make that money, especially if they know that eventually they won't be able to, because they're going to run out of the raw materials they need to make it. Completely unrelated, somewhat, Ford F-150 Lightning, which is made of aluminum, mostly it's aluminum body panels. Dealerships and Ford is actually allowing this, Ford Motor Co., but dealerships are planning on placing a resale restriction on the new fully electric truck, mainly so that the dealers can get all the profit. Because in their stipulation, if someone who purchased an F-150 Lightning, the electric F-150 pickup truck, were to attempt to sell it or sell it before the 1-year anniversary of purchase, the dealership is going to go through every legal channel possible to recoup the profit made over the sale. You know, so
that makes my brain hurt just a smidge, I'm not gonna lie.
So backtracking to Century and their shutdown, then it's going to put increased pressure on the other aluminum manufacturers, because, you know, they're limited competition. So they're going to look at it and say, well, we can increase our profits, and also the supply is going to be reduced in relation to the demand. So we're going to see higher prices and inflation as a result of Century Aluminum shutting down, as well as a reduced amount of aluminum products.
So here's my question. Even during everything where you couldn't find cat food, you couldn't find a lot of things, I never noticed any sort of shortage on Coca-Cola products or Pepsi products. I mean, I go to Costco, Sam's Club, BJ's Wholesale Warehouse membership thing, whatever it's called now, and Publix, Walmart all the time, and there's always soda. So do these places have their own aluminum manufacturing areas? Maybe they are hogging everything, you know what I mean? Like you get that one person who has enough money and enough pool to get what they need, and screw you little guys, I'm gonna take what I need. And I don't know if they do, so I'm not
100% sure.
Yeah, he doesn't know either. I just thought of this. It was my...
But I tell you what, you guys, let us know what you think. Comment below. We got to run because it's getting hot in here, or it's already been hot, and we're like sweating.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure you guys had this update and this information available to you. Thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Her channel link will be in the description. It always is. Check
Same
it out.
thing on my channel. The link for him is in the description of every video I put up.
All right. See you guys later.
Bye.